Good morning, friends. I hope all is well. Hope you're having a fantastic day. I'm trying something new today. I want to attempt to use Facebook Live as a way to welcome people into my world as a business coach, what that means, what it looks like, try to give you all a better sense of what I do on a daily basis, how I affect my clients, how I work with my clients, and what my ultimate role and goal as a coach is. But before I do that, I feel like it would be valuable for you to all understand how I came to this decision, how I came to open up my own coaching practice. Someone I'm very close to, who I value their opinion very much, said, tell your story. People need to know why you're doing this before they can really understand the how or the what. So here we are. I'm here to tell my origin story of how I opened up my focal point coaching practice. And we're going to back up to late summer of 2015. A few things happened, a number of different things that changed my life in many different ways. And it starts with my mother passing away. That's where this starts. She passed away, as most of you know, after a 5-year battle with Alzheimer's. That it was tough on our family. It was. It put us in touch and slapped us with a pretty good dose of reality, and frankly, it hit me with a pretty strong dose of my own mortality. What we know is that most likely this is a hereditary disease in our family. My grandmother passed from Alzheimer's. My mother passed from Alzheimer's. My great uncle passed from Alzheimer's. And we are reasonably sure that there are others in our family who are dealing with it right now. I'm dealing with some form of dementia at this moment, which leads me to believe that it could be in my future. And where that left me, fall of 2015, just south of 40, is that I might only have 20 good years left. And do I want to spend those 20 years working for someone else, or do I want to spend those 20 years doing what I want to do, finding my passion? That's where this came from. That's where this impetus to go out on my own, to start my own business came from. This need to do something more, do something bigger than me from a professional standpoint. Find my own path. That's where it started, and from there became the journey to Focal Point. And frankly, there were a lot of things along the way, not least of which is the fact that Mom, in her infinite wisdom and her wonderful financial planning, was able to leave some things behind, was able to leave a nest egg for her children that we've all used in various ways to do various wonderful things. I chose to use mine as seed money for a business, both seed money and the ability to know that I could leave a steady, stable job with a steady, stable income and make no money for a while and be okay. And that is a tremendous gift, to which I'll always be grateful to Mom, among all the other wonderful gifts she gave me. Along those same lines, Carol had a breakthrough in her company. She was afforded the opportunity to pick up a very large account that built her business dramatically, and once again gave us that little bit of financial wherewithal to chase this new dream. And again, I can't help but wonder if Lucy was sitting on someone's shoulder, kind of pushing them toward that decision to give Carol this wonderful account. It's been a blessing. So that started the journey. That started the idea that I needed to find something of my own. But I didn't know where to begin. I bumped around. I knew that I did not want to start something from scratch. I knew that my best path to success would be take something that exists and improve upon it, make it better. And I looked at different businesses, I looked at brokers, looked at opportunities to buy something, and nothing really jumped out. Nothing was dramatic, nothing was impactful. And then some friends of ours introduced us to a woman who was a franchise broker, who quite literally worked with people like Carol and me to help us find a fit for our lives, for our business, for our passions that matched what we needed and what we wanted to do. And Again, not coincidentally, first name Lucy, last name Divine. One other little moment of this little angel sitting on my shoulder, making a little push, nudging me towards something. We met Lucy in December of 2015, and she began introducing us to different ideas, one of which was this coaching concept called Focal Point, which made me curious. I was interested in this. I'd seen coaching, I'd seen training and how it worked, and I wanted to learn more. I'd seen the impact it had, specifically on the company I worked with before, where I came from, the company I was working with currently during this search. And I understood that impact. I understood the value there, and I wanted to dig into this company. As I dug in, I learned more and more. I became more and more impressed, not just with what they had to offer from a client standpoint, from a service standpoint, from a product standpoint, but I became very impressed with the quality and the caliber of these other coaches with whom I would be working, my peers, my franchisee peers, if you would, my business partners, my practice mentors, those to whom I would look for guidance, ideas, reassurance in this process. And in the background during all this, my church, Wayzata Community Church, was going through a sermon series called Called, which essentially asked a series of questions around what do you want to do with your life? What are you here to do? What gives your life meaning? What were you meant to accomplish? What greater good can you provide society? In April, we flew out to San Diego to visit the leadership at Focal Point and learn more about this and what they call Discovery Day, which is the opportunity for potential owners to ask all the questions, dive into the numbers, dive into the data, learn about the company, the model, the business as a whole, and get those answers to those questions that are gnawing at them, if you will. And that Sunday before we left, Alan Hilton, a good friend of mine and one of our preachers at Wayzata Community Church, gave a message and then spoke on it in a small group later that week that I attended on the idea of greater good, on the idea of what can you do, what can we all do in this world to contribute to the world, not just contribute to our own little bubbles, ourselves, our families, but what can we do to advance the greater good, to leave behind a legacy of value and positivity that we had a part in. And that spoke to me. Fast forward a week or so, we are in San Diego talking to Steve Thompson, the president of Focal Point, and he is walking through the mission of Focal Point. And the mission of Focal Point is we are the pebble on the pond. We're in the middle and we create ripple effects that ripple outward by working with clients, by working with business owners to help them get better. They can then expand that and help their employees get better. They can help their company get better. Those employees can go out and impact their communities. Their communities get better. Those better communities can have a solid impact on their towns and their cities. Those towns and cities get better, which can then lead to greater change and impact on counties, on states, on countries, and ultimately the world. This mission is, at its core, a greater good mission. And it was a slap in the face to me. And I realized that if this was the mission of this organization with these services they provide and these testimonials from their clients and these high caliber people that are involved in this wonderful leadership, and it's all wrapped up in this mission that speaks to me, my decision was made. I had to join this organization. I had to become a Focal Point coach. And that was 9 months ago, and it has been an amazing, terrifying, exhilarating journey. And I am blessed to have found, and I'm blessed to have had all these different pushes, and every step of the way I've had this little angel on my shoulder nudging me in the right direction. And I am convinced that all these things happened for a reason. I'm convinced that my mother Lucy had a part in all of this, and I am so thankful that she had that part and played that role and nudged me in this right direction, because it's going to allow me to do something that I've been looking for my entire life. That's my story. That's my why for Focal Point. That's my why for coaching. That's how I came here. I would love to engage with you more. If you want to learn more, please reach out to me, or just tag your thing on the Facebook and let people know. Share this story out. I think it's important. I think it's important people know why I do this. And thank you for listening. Have a great day.